What It Takes Radio Company is proud to represent a new adventure. We call it the Impact Zone. Make good friends, grow your audience, be an influencer, and put service over self. And I want to make an impact, so I'm going to try and have what I call a burning bush summer. That's right, a burning bush summer. Let me tell you what that is. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday, not hump day, thump day. This is when you really try and thump it so you can perhaps have a good way to bring the week to a very profitable and maybe a hopeful conclusion. Things are very challenging right now. They really are. And we are in for what some people would say would be maybe a sizzling summer. Supposedly, the hurricane season is now in session. But for me, this is what I call my burning bush summer. I'm really using that as a metaphor, which I may talk about. And so since it's about burning bush, I may even have a burning bush logo, but I thought I'd just have some bright lights in the background. I like these. Somebody gave it to me free. And they said, you can have this. And I said, that's very, very nice. And they said, well, you can have it for your background. And I said, great. So that's what we're doing. I like all the bright, bold, brave colors. Bright, bold, brave colors. And that's what I'm hoping will be the case for me, and I hope it will be the case for you. That you are going to make this one of your better summers. Here's some of the ways I might be able to help you, so please listen. First of all, we are putting together very strongly the Impact Zone. And this is not self-improvement. I've been told self-improvement is gone. Well, that's exactly the case. But the point is, you need to know how to make an impact. And that's what we're going to try and help you do. As one of my friends said, I love this expression. She said, Stan, I would like to be someone who has to be reckoned with. Now, isn't that kind of fun? Yeah. And in a good way. I've always wanted to be someone who has to be reckoned with. My opinion matters. My performance is notable. You have to reckon with me. Well, we're going to try, based on my 35 years of business performance coaching and 45 years of broadcasting, we're going to help you learn how to make an impact. And as I'm trying to tell many young men and women right now, don't just look for a job. First of all, look for a position or a role where you can work with someone who's bright and smart and someone you can learn from. Don't necessarily just look for good work. Look for good positioning, a place where you can be in, the place where you can begin to make a mark and learn some things. Because this isn't going to be your career. You're probably going to do a lot of careers. Find where you can work with somebody really smart, brave, and bold, and where you can have an opportunity perhaps to learn how to self-express yourself in the marketplace. And I'm here to help you make an impact. And so that will be the Impact Zone. For my friends who, this is something long part of my deal, is I've oftentimes said the problem with performance coaching, it was all based on psychology and case studies, Harvard stuff. Spiritual and emotional and historical wisdom is what you need. And so we are launching with renewed emphasis, the Christian Entrepreneur Network, and we're going to be teaching people how to be Jesus entrepreneurs. That's right. Entrepreneur is the deal. Podcasting is the platform. And we're going to help people learn how, and we're going to be perhaps launching movements in South Africa. Very important there. you know a little bit of the history there. We would hopefully like one in Brazil. That's important in Latin America. And then hopefully we will also have one in India. So we can begin to build the Christian Entrepreneur Network and helping you. We're not trying to proselytize or evangelize or make you better in terms of your faith. There are people who will do that. But if you are a follower of the master entrepreneur, we're going to help you learn from him how to make your mark in the business world. And this is going to bother some people. I'm going to try and help you make more money, have more fun, but at the same time, you can make Jesus smile. There it is. That's the deal. That's what we're hoping to do. And let's see what we can do with that. Also, we are very much going to be teaching people how to finally be a podcaster. Someone has said this. In fact, I'm going to quote it back to a colleague in about an hour. He said, content is king, and that is the word out there. If you want to make it in the digital world, you have to have great content is king. Okay, I'll buy that. But the problem is that's not good enough because performance is the queen. Now, if you know your chess, the king's the top guy. But the power comes from having the queen who has all of the power of making good moves. And that means you have to perform. Posting a blog on the internet or on a social media post is going to be less and less powerful. You are going to have to learn how to be a MSE, a master of self-expression. You're going to have to learn the art of personal performance marketing. And that's what I do. I'm going to help you get real good at selling you. You have to. You have to sell your ideas. You have to sell your personality. You have to sell your energy. You have to sell your knowledge. You have to sell your empathy. You have to sell your intelligence. You have to sell you. And as I pointed out to one young man just the other day, I said, please keep in mind, after he said, well, I'm hoping to make $50,000 in a salary. And I said, right off the bat, he said, that's what I would like. I said, well, please keep in mind the person hiring you could buy a very nice automobile for $50,000. There's a lot of things they could do with $50,000. Why should they take that $50,000 and give it to you? What will you do that will be better than having a new car or a new truck or some new work done around their house? Why should they do that? Can you demonstrate how good you are? Don't describe what you've done. Who cares what you've done? Demonstrate how good you are and demonstrate how you have the potential and the possibility of helping them make more money than they will pay you. Because if they won't, why should they pay you? So we're going to help you find a good job. And if you want to find a good first job, we can help you do that. Then we're also going to be involved with my good friend Joe Pine in the Transformation Zone. It's time to find a way to not change, to not improve, but perhaps to become very different and very powerful and quite unique, that you will seek how to be a transformed person, perhaps create a transformation business, and perhaps know how to help other people not just improve, but be transformed. It's going to be called the Transformation Zone. That's right, the Transformation Zone, and that's along with the Impact Zone and the generation, that will be in the the zone of transformation. And then we might even help you learn one of these skills of how to be a generous person, the generosity zone. Because the key to success is to be a generous person. And we're going to talk perhaps to some people about that and working with some other people, maybe my good friend Steve, who wants to teach people how to be generous, maybe enter what we might call the generosity zone. Well, there we go. Now, it's my burning bush year. It's really important. I have all of these plans. Going to take a little break from time to time. I might actually even go back to my hometown where I grew up from the age of 2 to 7. And it was a little village in North Dakota. And I think I haven't been back there since I was 9 years old. I think we went back for a couple of years after we moved from this little village to a place in Indiana. And there's something that says, go back there, look at it. I still remember it profoundly. And I think I'll do that at this age and stage. There we go. That's my plans for the summer. Now, what are your plans for your summer? What's going to be something significant? Mine's going to be the burning bush year, the burning bush summer. What is kind of the theme? Maybe the scheme, perhaps the song. Yeah, the song, the story of the summer that's coming your way. It's right here, right now, 4th of June. Let's go. Best and blessings to you. I can help you in many profound ways. I guarantee it, because if I can't, I know somebody who can help you if you are serious. Key question. Are you serious? What do you want? And how can I help you? Think about that. All the best and blessings to you. Be a blessing, not a curse, because you're one or the other. That's the deal. Take care. We'll be back. We're going to take a little time to celebrate a birthday on the beach here in Carolina. Beautiful beach in the world. And then we'll be back talking to you about you, because you are one of the most important persons in the world, and we want to treat you that way. Bye for now.